Today we're going to be looking at my settings and we're going to be talking only about movement settings because these are very important. There's a lot of settings you guys probably don't know about that you haven't changed, and there's a lot of settings that I've been testing recently that are going to help movement be a lot faster. Now these are settings I've never showed you guys before, so I want to get into this, and I'm going to preface it by saying this is for controller players, okay? And pretty much I play on a regular PlayStation controller, no back paddles, nothing like that. So if you play on a regular controller too, you should be able to mimic these settings and do really good. If you're playing on mouse and keyboard, I apologize. If you're playing on Xbox, hey, these settings work for you too. So let's get into some of these. Now, first off, what I'm going to talk about is pretty much, all right, let's go into graphics a second. Just so you guys could like stop wondering why I'm going into here, I'll tell you why. We're in here for a reason, all right? I got my render resolution on 95, but that's not important. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to view, I believe it is, and we're gonna set our field of view up to 105 or higher. You wanna make sure that you set it there. This is in case someone here is watching this video and they're currently playing at 80, or they're watching this video and they're currently playing at 90 or something like that, and then they wonder why their movement doesn't look fast. It's because you got your field of view pretty low. This is just gonna make you seem faster. It's not going to make you faster in the game at all. It's not going to change anything of that. It's just going to make it look like you're moving a lot faster. Now that's it. Let's get out of this right here. Let's get out of graphics and go straight to controller. Now the one I want to talk about the most, we'll get into in a second, because first I'm going to stay on the controller page and we're going to talk about the button layout. Now my button layout, I play on stick and move. If you don't like stick and move, you can play bumper jumper, you can play whatever you like. I think there's a whole bunch of options here. You can play tactical, you can play whatever you actually like. Instead of shooting with L2 and R2, those take a few milliseconds longer than shooting with L1 and R1. L1 and R1 are going to make you shoot a lot quicker. Now you're probably wondering, Nick, you've already said this tip 1,000 times. You said that you're going to show us a lot of tips that we've never heard before, that you've never spoken about before. If you guys have good movement, you've probably heard of these tips, but I, for one, have never mentioned these ones before, or at least in this order. Now what I want to go to is pretty much the gameplay right here. Now automatic sprint, you're going to want to set it to automatic tactical sprint. It's going to be off by default. You're going to want to go ahead and put automatic tactical sprint. What this does is the minute you start moving forward, it's going to actually go ahead and auto move you into a tactical sprint. It's not going to automatically make you move. If you have this off, which you should definitely have off, it's not going to automatically make you move. But once you start moving, it's going to put you into a sprint. If you want to get rid of that sprint, you kind of got to slow down and do your thing, but definitely have this on. It's going to help you guys get around the map quick. Now, you also will have this off by default. So slide maintains sprint. You want to turn this on as well. 100% you want to turn this on. And the reason you want to turn this on is because once you're sliding, if you have this off, you slide, you go to sprint again, your character slides, stops, gets up, and then goes into a slow run into a sprint. It's not fun. You have this on, you slide and start sprinting right after your slide. You're gonna get around faster. It's a little bit of a delay. This doesn't have a delay, okay? If you turn this on, the other way, if it's off, there's a little bit of delay. It's not even that noticeable, but it is there. And once you turn this on, you're going to realize, wow, why didn't I ever turn this on before? So make sure you guys have this on for sure, okay? Now, there's a few other things. Automatic Airborne Mantle, turn this off. I've died so many times just because I've jumped somewhere and I didn't want to mantle something and I just automatically mantle it. So turn this off for sure. Or you're in a gunfight, you jump backwards, and instead of actually still shooting the guy ADS, you go into a hip fire because you're mantling something behind you. I don't like it. I turned it off. It's not fun. It is what it is, all right? Slide and dive behavior. You're going to have this to tap to slide or tap to dive. I really recommend setting it to slide only. And the reason you want to set it to slide only is because if you have it set to anything other than that, there is a slight delay in the game to make you slide. You do not want to dive. Dolphin diving in this game is useless. You definitely want to slide. So make sure you have it set to slide only. If you have it tapped to slide, what you're going to do is you're going to tap the button and the game's going to take a second to process if you're tapping or holding. Does it make you dive or does it make you slide? It's actually going to process it for a few seconds, a few milliseconds. So once you press it, it's not going to happen instantly. If you turn it to slide only, the second you touch that button, the game already knows you're going into a slide. So it doesn't have to process anything. Just right away, it just goes right through into a dive, or a slide, I should say. And it's just going to be really quick. And then you go straight into your sprint right after that. And it just works out really, really nice. So there's a lot of things there that you need to change as well. Now, there's a few other things that I would really recommend changing as well. And one of them is turning off your controller vibration. It's just not fun at all. I don't like having controller vibration on. But another one is dead zones. Now, I changed mine. We're going to get into that in a second here. I changed mine. But I just want to quickly say controller vibration messes with your accuracy. It doesn't mess with your movement or anything. You could move with the vibration on, but it messes with your accuracy. Your thumb is vibrating with the controller. Your thumb is doing micro movements that you're not planning on doing, but it actually does do it. And I find that with controller vibration on, you get a lot more stick drift a lot faster. I've turned mine off, and for so many years, I've had this controller right here, no stick drift. I had another controller that I had controller vibration off on, no stick drift. I got another controller, and after just a few months, with controller vibration on, I got a lot of stick drift. So I don't know what it is. There's maybe a correlation there. I'm not sure. If you guys, let me know down in the comments below. Do you have stick drift? And if you do you have controller vibration on or off? I just want to see if there's a correlation. Now, most of my controllers that I got brand new and never turned on controller vibration, they're fine. And they're fine years and years later. But if you have stick drift, you might want to think about these settings right here. And this is not just for stick drift. It's actually better if you don't have stick drift for these settings. But stick drift on the left stick is kind of something you actually want, all right? It's actually something you want. And the reason you want it is because once you have stick drift, or once you're moving that left stick, even if it's just millimeters, just a little bit, even if you're just moving a little bit, you get rotational aim assist. And rotational aim assist is stronger than actual aim assist. That's when you see those clips online of people just locking onto people and stuff. That's mostly rotational aim assist, okay? It's worth having, it's nice having, and if you have a little bit of stick drift in that left stick, you want to keep that on. But we're going to pretend that everybody watching this video doesn't have stick drift on the left stick. The right stick doesn't matter. That's where most people get stick drift. But we're going to look at the left stick. And what I want you guys to do here is put the left stick to minimum, put your right stick to minimum as well, because you're going to do the test anyways, and turn this on. Once you turn this on, as you can see, mine is set to all 0. The X and the Y axis are all set to 0. This is good. This means I have no stick drift whatsoever, okay, because we're testing it. Now, I did move it a little bit here, as you guys can see, and then this shows you how much I have to move my controller to hit the maximum. So if I push my controller all the way, I don't even need to do that to hit the red zone, okay? So what I have to do is I could just move it just halfway up, and I'm already in the maximum where I need it to be. These are the settings you want to run. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. We're going to go to the left stick, and we're going to set the minimum to an absolute 0. If you have stick drift, maybe a 1, but set it to an absolute 0, okay? This is going to help you guys out a lot. Now, the reason you want to do this is so that the minute you actually move forward, the second you touch that, it puts you into that sprint right away. There's no delay. It puts you right into everything you need to be in. Then the left stick maximum, you want to set this to 60, okay? This helps with the no delay and everything. Set it to 60. You don't have to move your controller a wild amount. It's going to go straight to everything you need, and this is going to help you guys out as well. Now, the right stick minimum, I put mine to 5 in all honesty. This is just when you're aiming and stuff like that. And then the right stick max, I also put to 100. So it's only the left stick that we're actually messing with here, and this is all to help you guys move a lot quicker, get around the map a lot quicker, and overall it's just really, really good to have that set as well. Now, I have a lot of other settings to show you guys, but they're not really movement settings. They're mostly just stuff that I have it set to. So if you guys want to go ahead, what we're going to do here is I'll just scroll down to each different page, and you can pretty much pause it and take what you want to take if you like these certain things. But pretty much it's just it. If you guys like these, this is my settings. A lot of them I haven't even messed with down here. I have just kind of left it to all, or just the default of what it was. So here you guys can see another page right here. You could go ahead, take all these as well. Honestly, this one here bothers me, okay? Oh, actually, let's talk akimbo. I haven't seen these settings, at least not in the previous COD or anything like that. Maybe I didn't pay attention to it. But akimbo behavior, you want to set that to paired. Normally it's set to independent. You want to set this to paired, okay? This has nothing to do with movement, but what this does is most people, when they shoot akimbo, you feel like you're shooting the guns at the same time, and then you die, and then you realize that you weren't actually shooting the guns at the same time, because every time you get the final kill in the game, it looks like you're shooting right, left, right, left, right, left. You're not going pow, pow, pow together. You're shooting right, left, because you're pressing both triggers, and your fingers aren't going at the exact same time. You're clicking it, and one could go a little bit faster than the other. You set it to paired. You just press that right one, and they're both going to fire. It's actually easier too, because you're not moving your hands in weird motions trying to aim and stuff at the same time. You're just literally there and you're pressing once. The same finger you always use for shooting. Set it to paired, and it's gonna do you guys a solid favor. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the tips right there. there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, I would truly appreciate if you could leave a like if I taught you something new today. Again, that like would be appreciated. And if you guys have different settings that you want me to know of, let me know down in the comments below. I'm not going to sit here and say my settings are the best in the game. You guys might not like it. I want to know what you guys have as well. I want to test a whole bunch of different things, a whole bunch of different play styles and stuff, and then we could finally come up with something that's kind of the best settings compared to everything else, I guess you could say, when you just put it together. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Drop a like, I would appreciate that. Sub to the channel if there's notice turned on. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.